Okay, wow. I am doing this. So, welcome to Praise in a Pod. My name is Priya, and this is the first episode of my podcast. So, I have been thinking about this for a while now, and thanks to one of my friends, he knows who he is, I finally got the encouragement to do this. Now, I don't have a specific direction yet, but I just really want to talk about whatever is on my mind. If there's any life lessons I learn, I just think of as thought diaries, like random thoughts and just whatever comes into my head. So I really hope you find this interesting and that it's entertaining for you. Yeah, this is new to me. I have done a podcast before for school, but that was a one-time episode. So we were just using our phones to record, or like our laptop. We didn't really use any microphones or anything like that. But yeah, I can tell you a little bit more about myself just so you have an idea of who I am. My name is Priya. I am currently 24 years old. I did my bachelor's and my master's from Santa Clara University. And my bachelor's was in web design and engineering. And my master's was in engineering management and leadership. I am currently an intern at a real estate startup, and I am working on marketing at the moment. But I think the goal at the internship is to be a generalist and help them with whatever they need. So hopefully in the future I'll be able to work on design or operations or provide ideas and things like that. I am still trying to figure out what I want to do as a full-time career. I've had multiple career pivots, which I can talk about in another episode of like the different stages and like pivots that I had, right? Like, because there were quite a few within the past, I don't know, 4 or 5 years, especially in the past year or so. And if not in the past year, maybe past 8 months, like since December. So that is related to my career. And then in terms of myself, I was born and brought up in the Bay. So I have lived in the Bay Area my entire life. I am Indian American, so I go to India every single year because my family lives there. Like my relatives, my immediate family live here. Like my brother, my dad, and I live in a joint family with 2 other families, and they're my godparents. I have known them since I was born. Or actually even before that, because I knew my parents when, I think in 1999, so maybe 3 years before I was born. And what else can I tell you about me? I recently got into modeling, and the day I'm recording this, I actually came back from an audition for a fashion show, and it was my first audition, and I'd never done one before, so it was very nerve-wracking, and I don't think I got in, but it was a good experience. What else can I tell you about me? Honestly, I have like a lot of hobbies that I've been meaning to get into, and I was really hoping I could use this podcast to kind of talk about all of them. So for example, I recently started doing junk journaling, and then I learned about a journal ecosystem, and I'm like, okay, that's really cool. Like, what is that about? But honestly, I don't know if I can keep track of so many journals because I just have like a bunch of notebooks and I have barely used them. So then I was thinking, okay, maybe I should just use Notion as like my organization system. But even Notion is so daunting. Like there's so many features and things like that. And then I also have a couple of other goals. Like I want to explore all the school campuses in the South Bay. And I know that sounds really weird, but you know, I feel like around me there's a lot of renovations happening at schools. Like my high school had like a renovation in the past 3 or 4 years. So literally after I graduated. And then even the elementary school district, they're building a new site, and I've been kind of closely following that because I see updates in the news and things like that. And then my old elementary school from when I lived in Santa Clara, I was only there for a year, but they moved their site to just down the road. And so I'm like anxiously wondering what they're going to do with the old site, because I really hope they don't demolish it. Like I have a lot of nostalgia and like, I mean, I was only there for a year, but I feel like your first school is still your first school, right? So yeah, so that's one goal I have. I also want to do cafe hopping because I love going to cafes and coffee shops. It's such a vibe. And then I want to like get into doodling and journaling and things like that. So there's a lot that I'm really trying to get into. And then of course there's the age-old friendships, dating in your 20s, right? Like your career. Like there's so many different topics. And I think with dating in particular, I'm probably going to get into that more in a different podcast that I'm planning on creating with my friend, the same one who encouraged me to do the solo podcast. So I might just talk about that on there because it'll be more fun, I think, to talk about it with somebody else. You can just, share experiences and things like that, right? Like get advice. But yeah, I can't really think of anything else for this episode. I just wanted to, introduce myself and tell you like there's going to be different topics that I'll be discussing. Just whatever comes to my head, if there's something that's like pressing on my mind. And, I've always been an open book, and that's what this is going to be. That's the format of this, where I'm just going to open myself up and just share whatever's on my mind. And if anyone can relate to it, and it makes someone feel less alone, or if gives someone maybe a little bit of inspiration to like also explore that, then that's great. I really hope I can do that for someone. But yeah, if you do decide to stick around, which I hope you do, but if not, no worries, I totally get it. Thank you for listening, and I can't wait to share more with you guys in the future. Okay, bye.